Good day, everyone. So this will be um, our new discussion for Practical Research 2. And today I will be discussing the Module 6 background of research. So before that, here are some announcements. First, I would like to inform you that the Module 4 will not be required for you to answer kasi nakita ko medyo introductory and non-essential yung discussion and the activities para sa research. Actually, kahit di nyo gawin yung module 4, kung gagawa man tayo ng research, which is hindi na kasi nagkasundo na tayo. So kung gagawa kayo ng research, hindi naman siya ganun nakakatulong yung module 4. So para less burden, so we will scrap the module 4, hindi natin siya sasagutan. So meaning, I'm expecting your output only module 1, 2, 3, and 5. So no pressure guys. So wala pa akong bibigay na deadline because um, I would like to give you more time to answer your modules. Siyempre, iba-iba kayo ng facing. Maring yung iba mabilis magsagot ng module. Maring iba they always look for time para or they have difficulty looking for time para magsagot. And siguro may iba din na may magkakaiba kayo ng situation. Kaya I consider that as long as before the semester ends, dapat lahat ng required modules ay masagutan. Pero syempre, that will cause you delay. Pag bawa, sabi ni sir, we can submit our modules at the end of the semester. Yes, that's what I said. Pero expect kung bawa, sinabit niyo yan ng bigayan, computer ng grades, so expect yung grades niyo din madidelay din. Kasi since you did not submit on time, your grades will not be computed also on time. Kasi syempre, ipaprioritize ko yung kompleto, yung maayos. Then, after that, tsaka ko lang haharapin yung sa'yo. So, syempre, I'm still encouraging everyone to at least submit a module per week. One module per week. Kung kaya, 2 modules per week. Since iligyan ko kayo ng access dun sa first 5 modules. So ito, I will be opening the 6th module. So kung bawa, tapos na kayo sa module 5, you can start answering your module 6. So my discussion for module 1, 3, and 5 was uploaded last time. That was the introduction for quantitative research and drafting your research title. So ngayon, we will be dealing with the background of the study or background of our research. Also, I uploaded or I made a quiz in our platform. So kung may, please have time para mag-visit yung ating platform, most especially sa oras natin. Kung may oras naman kayo at mayroon kayong available internet, please pakisagot po yung aking ilalagay na quiz sa ating platform. So don't worry, yung quiz po, most likely, syempre yung mga nasa module, if I give an extension of discussion, nasa video yon and upload ko sa YouTube. So please review also the video I uploaded para bago po kayo magsagot. So don't answer the quiz if you are not yet done answering the first, third, and the fifth module kasi the quiz is all about those 3 modules. So actually magkakahiwalay yon na quiz pero mas gusto kong panoorin nyo yung nakarang video para maging perfect yung score. Sana taasan po ninyo yung score kasi once na natapos yung sagutan, you cannot undo the quiz. Kahit ako hindi ko rin siya kayang i-undo. So please panoorin ng video and also review the module before answering the test. So, ano na lang, honesty is the best policy. Ang rule natin. So, kung dadayain niyo yung quiz, of course, I will not know it, pero only omnipotent God will see your acts. So kayo nang bahala. So let's proceed. Um, Today we'll be discussing the module 6 of our first quarter about background of the study or background of the research. So I will be using the exact module that you will be answering para hindi na tayo masyadong magkaroon ng um, kalituhan kasi pag PowerPoint tapos module, baka malito pa kayo like last time. So we will be proceeding to the discussion. So I hope you will read this, the impact of video games on the player's behavior, a survey. So that is the title of the example in the part of what's new. So basahin po yan because these numbers are the paragraph number of the background of the study in that research. So let's proceed dun sa discussion. So what is background of the study? Ano, bakit ba siya mahalaga? So actually this part, na-discuss ko na siya during our research in qualitative sa komunikasyon and also in in pagbasa and practical research 1. But this will be just a review. The questions that you have answered in what's new, so yun yung nandun sa taas, are related with the process of determining the components of background of the research. In most typical term, we use background of the study. Or in some books, they are using the word introduction. So actually, interchanging yung dalawa. In my example that I will be showing you later, may introduction yung title ng chapter 1, then the first part will be background of the study. Meron naman na iba yung title ng chapter 1, then the introduction will be the background of the study. So may ganon, merong mga ganong versions. But the purpose is the same. Pare-pareho lang. According to website of UCLA University, research background or introduction leads the reader to general research problem or issue to the specific area of research. It actually immersing your research question in the context of clarifying the importance of research being conducted. It is usually done through discussing up to summarizing the current understanding of research and the background information about the topic. So let's discuss first this second paragraph. Um, I expect if you reach this part, you already have your research title. I think the last part of the chapter 5 requiring you to create your title. So, pwede nyo gamitin yung sinend nyo sa akin sa ating first activity. So, yung title na yon, um, you will introduce the problem in that title here in background of the study. So dito, you will give the overview of the problem um, from general research problem to specific area of research. Kasi di ba malawak yan, especially kung halimbawa yung um, ang topic mo ay pang worldwide or ano ba, may bala. Halimbawa, ang issue ay worldwide and you will just get a pinch of an issue bawa sa Pilipinas lang or sa Jesus de la Peña lang yung iyong area of study. So bago mo i-discuss yung problem sa Jesus de la Peña, you need to discuss the broader concept. Maaring, so diniscuss ko sa inyo last time, it can be geographical, worldwide, in a specific country, in a specific region, in a specific city, or in a specific school. Pagpaliit siya ng ganon. So mamaya may model naman tayo papakita. So you're just introducing your topic from the broadest concept na meron to the specific problem that you want to solve in your study. So according to Reyes, 2009, suggested that the research should take the introduction or background of the research as a mental roadmap that answers these four questions. So, ano siya, roadmap, mental roadmap. Ibig sabihin, um, this is the beginning of the journey of a reader para maintindihan niya yung research. So, roadmap siya kasi through this part, makikita nila ano yung possible na maging outcome ng research. Kasi although may certain discussion dito na pang chapter 2 na, pero kahit pa paano pinapakita niya yung overview ng mga preset data ng mga current information available, yung mga research na nagawa na at ano yung kanilang mga naging sagot. Then, ikaw bilang pag-a-apply nito sa specific problem, syempre hindi mo dapat inuulit yung problem nila. In a specific problem, pwede na sila magkaroon ng idea saan papunta tong research na to. So these are the four questions that the background of the study needs to answer. First, what am I studying? Ano ang aking pinag-aaralan? Second, why is this topic important to investigate? So, bakit nga ba siya mahalaga? Napaka-importanting masagot nitong tanong na to. So, third, what do we already know about the topic or what have other experts discovered about the topic? Fourth, how will my research advances new knowledge or new ways of understanding? So, let's discuss each question. First, what am I studying? As discussed in the introduction, it is very clear that the researcher is studying about the impact of video games on the player's behavior, in which paragraph 8 explained the nature and reasons why the researcher want to conduct this study. So, why am I studying this topic? Napakahalagang sagot niyan kasi syempre aside from being academic requirement, there should be a deeper reason why did you choose this study. May dahilan na ang pagpili or maaring this is personal to the researcher pero as much as possible wag yon or maaring nakikita siyang what am I studying, dapat alam mo kung ano yung pinag-aaralan mo. So you need to understand what you will be studying kasi kung ikaw mismo hindi mo alam kung ano yung pag-aaralan mo, so dapat nadidiscuss yun doon sa background of the study. Next is why is this topic important to investigate? Isa to sa dapat masagot talaga sa apat na question na to kasi this will motivate the readers to read the entire research. Kasi kung ikaw hindi mo nakikitang relevant yung topic, what more yung reader? Kung hindi mo nakikitang relevant yung topic, hindi na rin nila babasahin yan. So you need to convince your reader that this topic is important to investigate. Dapat may mahalaga mapatunayan mo sa kanila mahalaga talaga to at this can help anyone if this research will be done. Kasi in my personal belief, walang halaga yung isang research if no one has an interest to read in any page of it. Parang wala siyang saysay. So, usually mga ganun, mga pang-academic requirement lang. So, they're just researching just for an academic requirement. Pero hindi mo pwedeng ilagay yun dito. So, why is this topic important to investigate? Hindi mo pwedeng ilagay because the researchers want to investigate this topic because this was the topic given by the professor. Hindi pwede yun. Or the researchers need to prove this and that because this was asked by their teacher to pass the subject. So hindi pwede yun. So look for a deeper meaning aside from academic requirement. Third, what do we know about this topic or what have other experts discovered about the topic? So aside from chapter 2, aside from chapter 2, the review of related literature, somehow you need to give at least what is the present data for your topic. So ano na ba yung mga nagawa? Um, in a broader sense, international researches, pwede mong ilagay dito. Then, ano yung kanilang alam tungkol sa topic? Ano na yung mga napatunayan? For example, your topic is about um, relationship between um, the relationship between reading proficiency to mathematical ability of selected grade 12 students of Jesus de la Peña National High School. Example, that is the topic I will be working on. So, ano yung dalagay ko dun sa third question? Ano yung paano ko siya sasagutin? So, what do we know about this topic? I will research or I will search for previous studies concerning the two variables. So, I hope alam niyo na yung variables because what that was discussed in the module 5. So, ano yung dalawang variables? Yung about sa math at yung about sa reading proficiency. So, I will read about reading proficiency. Ano ba yung reading proficiency? Paano ba masasabi proficient? Etc. about reading proficiency. Then, I will read about math ability. Ano ba yung math ability na yan? Sino ba nakaisip niyan? Ganyan, ganyan, ganyan. Then, I will read about the correlation of two variables. Meron na bang mga study na nagpaliwanag sa relationship ng dalawang variables um, in their place or in their specific area of concern. Bawa sa Amerika lang. Kasi maring the results in America will be different from the research here in Asia. Kasi magkaiba tayo ng culture, maraming external factors. So kahit ganon, kailangan mo silang kunin. Kasi that will kahit pa paano, that will contribute to the motivation that the readers can get. So magkakaroon na sila ng dahilan para basahin. Pareho ba yung lalabas? O bawa, puro pare-pareho. There's a significant correlation in all the studies quoted. Tapos, um, bawa nagpakita ka ng data in the Philippines, nakakuha ka ng data na about sa correlation ng reading proficiency and mathematical ability in a school here in Quezon City. So lumabas no significant correlation. Maganda yon kasi nagkakaroon ng variety of data. So magkakaroon ano kayo lalabas? Significant or no significant correlation. So dapat lahat yun present. Although hindi mo dapat ilatag lahat ng baraha mo dito sa number sa background of the study, but somehow include here some important researches, usually malalaking researches yung ilagay niyo dito para magbigay ng explanation bakit mahalaga tong topic na to para na masagot. So, ayan, as cited in the paragraph 5, investigators who support the effects of video games on the players verify their assumptions by showing that the players' skills like concentration, problem solving, imagination, social behavior are changed, increased, or decreased by changing the the number, the game's requirement or level. So, nagkaroon na ng kahit papano idea yung reader na itong topic na to ay una syempre hindi na siya bago and itong topic na to pwede pa siyang ma-improve especially kung halimbawa ang topic or ang nakuha mo mga data ay masyadong luma. Example, 1986, 2002, or mga 19 kopong-kopong. So that will be relevant. Kahit luma-luma yun, you can use that. Basta lagay mo lang sa dulo na, na ang gustong patunayan ng pag-aaral kung may pagbabago na ba doon sa mga results ng mga study na to in the context of your study. Kasi syempre, maaaring nagkakaiba sa context sa lugar. Um, I think may fourth question pa. Bakit wala yung fourth? Wait. So, there's no discussion for the fourth. Sige. Yung fourth, sige, sagutin na natin yung fourth. How will my research advances new knowledge and new ways of understanding? Nakalagay ito sa pinakahuling paragraph ng isang background of the study. So, you will introduce that this research aims to, ano yung aim ninyo? Ano yung gusto mangyari ng research ninyo to contribute to the advancement of knowledge. So, kayo nang bahala mag-formulate nun. Kaya siguro hindi na nilagay dito. Ngayon, here are some approaches or style in writing the background of the study or research. First is the structure. Structure refers to the flow of content or information being discussed in the background of research. According to Creswell 2014, a researcher should start writing the background of the research through general ideas and gradually discuss narrowing the focus of the research until it reaches the problem statement of the paper. So napakahalaga nito kasi um, baga ano eh, in in a Filipino term, this will be the palabok ng isang pag-aaral. So kahit palabok ito, kasi actually the research can stand without this. Kasi ano lang naman ito yung background eh. Pero baga pwede naman tayong dumiretso doon sa problem na lang eh. Wala na tong background. May mga ganong study pero mahalaga yung background of the study kasi una nga sabi ko kanina, this can motivate the reader. And second, this will give um, um, explanation bakit mahalaga yung topic. So madalas pag nagpe-present kayo sa isang defense, mahalaga tong part na to kasi this will help the panel na malaman kung gaano ka-relevant yung study without reading yet the chapter 2. Kasi medyo makapal yung chapter 2. Kumaga ito, ano to eh, introductory to ng chapter 2. Yung mga pwede pa nilang makita na related studies. So, paano to gamitin tong structure na to? So, as you can see, there's general topic, specific part of discussion, then the intent of the study. So, kung makikita nyo siya, para siyang baliktad na trapezoid. Trapezoid, ano bang magandang ibang term dito? Baliktad na mangkok. Hindi, hindi pala baliktad yung mangkok. Mangkok siya, mangkok. So, as you can see, bakit dito sa part na to malaki? So, malaki in a sense na maaring malaki yung discussion. Meaning ng malaki yung discussion ay pwedeng mahaba yung discussion dito or pwede din namang masyadong malawak yung discussion. So as I use this model long time ago sa mga naging estudyante ko at dinidiscuss ko to, may dalawang ways paano gamitin tong model na ito. It can be, banggit ko na kanina, can be geographical. Geographical means maghahanap ka muna ng study worldwide. Na, for example, balik tayo doon sa binigay kong topic kanina concerning about reading proficiency and mathematical ability. So I will look for studies abroad. Studies concerning general studies. Ibig sabihin ng general studies, mas malaki yung population ng studies nila or can be highly conceptual na qualitative. Kaya wala sila talagang direct sample. Content analysis, participant observation ginamit nila. Pwede yun. Kasi abroad eh. Or it can be quantitative studies concerning their specific area. Bawa, isang case study sa sa Amerika, isang case study sa India, isang case study sa Singapore, isang case study sa kung saan mang parte ng daigdig na hindi Pilipinas. Then, discuss it. Ano yung lumabas sa kanilang study dun sa general topic. Pwede yun. Tapos sa specific part of discussion, pwede namang paliitin mo yung scope. Paliit ng paliit. Yung scope na umabot sa Pilipinas. So, national level. Mamaya magpapakita ko ng example ng ganun. In a national scale, ano yung kalagayan ng reading proficiency and mathematical ability in your city, an example. And if that will concern a school, in a school, parang ganon. Or next will be conceptual. Kung kanina, geographical. Pangalawa, conceptual. In conceptual, you can start with the broad definition of the topic. Broad definition. So, ano mo na, i-define mo yung mga terms. So, halimbawa, gaya ng sinabi ko kanina, reading ability, reading proficiency, kasunod yung mathematical ability. So, all about reading proficiency. Yan. Ano yung mga definition, sinabi ng mga experts about reading proficiency, paano mapatunayan, ano yung sinasabi ng reading proficiency. Next, mathematical ability. Then the correlation as an example. As an example. Then the intent of the study. So, kung yun yung definition, then the example, ano yung intent ng study, bakit mo siya kinamit. So, usually the intent of the study, just magsisimula siya na with this data, the researchers would like to, or this study aims to investigate kung ano man yung gusto nyo i-investigate. Madalas maikli lang itong intent of the study. So, gamitin natin yung nakalagay dito sa module na example. So, in general idea or information, discussion of technology as a whole. Technology as a whole. Next, as it narrows, sabihin ng narrows, hindi ko sinasabing umiikli yung paragraph o umiikli yung sentences. Pero the idea, the concept is narrowing. Maaaring geographical, lumiliit yung scope, or maaaring through highly conceptual down to its example. So, general to specific to example. So, yan, video games being defined and categorized. Tapos mo-categorize, defining the users of video games. So, as an example of the study, assumption about video games and its impact in developing human behavior. So, the latest studies literature presented regarding the impact of video games into human behavior, then introducing the intent of the research is to provide comprehensive study on the assumption of the relationship between video games and the player's behavior. So ano lang to, usually one or two liner lang tong intent of the research na mahalaga yung mga nasa taas. So if you will read the example text here in this module, mas maintindihan nyo kung ano yung tinutukoy ng mga parts na yan, yung mga binanggit na to. So ngayon, magpapakita ako ng example na gawa ng mga student ko last year. So, yun po yung structure. Next is the grammar or writing skills. So, dapat number 2 na to. So, first, in grammar and writing skills is the tenses. Ano yung tense na ginagamit sa pagsulat ng isang background of the study? Technical aspect in writing research, not only in introduction, but the whole part of research is very vital in order to produce well-written output. In writing introduction, the tenses pair, present simple and present continuous, are used in writing sentences to connect the present idea to the factual information. So, tingnan natin yung example para hindi masyadong masyadong grammatical ang discussion. So, example A, video games are defined as interactive games which aims primarily to entertain players. So, ano yun dyan yung mga ginamit na verb? Kasi since um, since tenses, this tenses ay para sa verb. So, titignan natin dito nakalagay, which aims. Bakit? Kasi itong meaning na to ay working definition. Sabihin ng working definition, ginagamit pa rin siya at nadadagdagan pa siya. Or this can be a, nawala yung sasabihin ko, working definition or a standard definition na tinatanggap ng lahat. Kaya which aims primarily to entertain players. Kaya aims, present simple. Aims kasi isa lang. Concerning the meaning of video game. So, yun po, aims. Sunod sa example B, teenagers are playing various um, kinds of video games. So, ang ginamit dito na verb ay playing. Playing. So, hindi played or play. So, hindi lang present, kundi present continuous. Ibig sabihin, patuloy siyang ginagawa. So, hindi naman kasi naglaro kahapon tapos pagka ngayon wala nang naglaro kahit isa. So, continuous pa rin. Continuous siya. Kasi, as long as there are teenagers who are interested to play, may maglalaro at may maglalaro. Kaya teenagers are playing. So, sa ano din, sa sabi na pala. Permanent situation of fact. So, standard definition pala siya. B is either temporary situation or action that actually currently happening. So, both of them are accepted in terms of writing sentences in background of the research. Most of the writers using simple present to state factual information and discuss its relevance, and current status using present continuous. A simple present statement usually includes appropriate reference or citation to prove its factuality. Tingnan natin dito. Example, as stated by Wolf, video games are defined. So, now, hindi siya were. Hindi siya were defined. They are defined. So, present yung ginamit na linking verb, yung are. So, yun po. Pag ano siya, usually pag definition, as long as it is still used, ginagamit pa din, still in use, dapat present pa din siya. Pero kung halimbawa, this concerns history, halimbawa, yung sulat ni Magellan na ibinigay niya kay Pigafetta. According to Pigafetta, the Lapu-Lapu was, kasi tapos na eh. Kumbaga, yun lang yung nasusulat tungkol doon at hindi na siya nagbago, ginagamit, etc. So ito, video games are defined, meaning ginagamit pa din itong definition. Aside from the simple present and the present continuous pair, the pair of simple past and present perfect should also consider in technical aspect of writing. Tense changes are meaningful and they always signal a change in the function of information. So, it is advised not to change the tense randomly and know when to shift or change tenses as you write the sentences in the background of the research. Actually, meron tayong concern dyan. Kung natuloy lang yung research natin talaga, kung walang COVID, when you are drafting your proposal, meaning chapters 1 to 3 before the proposal defense, the verb should be present. Or actually, future tense, will. Pero itong part na to, present siya. Kasi, present or kung talagang kung talagang part na siya ng nakaraan na hindi na talaga nagagamit, past tense. Bakit? Kasi ano 'to, factual 'tong part na 'to. Pero 'pag ang concern natin ay yung iba pong part ng chapter 1, yung um, statement of the problem, yung significance of the study, yun. Sa proposal, ano siya, present or future tense, then sa final defense, dapat siya ay past tense. Pero hindi pa natin pag-uusapan kasi wala pa tayo doon. Next is the signaling language. As observed, some initial draft of research paper is the problem or error in connecting ideas or sentences to the next part. So, hindi dapat siya parang chop suey na kakaiba yung laman. So, may i-discuss namin yan further. Every time that a researcher ends the sentence, reader have no idea on what to read next, although magkakasunod siya. Therefore, the space between full stop and the capital letter is quite vague to the reader. So, the researcher's task is to eliminate the gap between those ideas or sentences. Actually, nagiging problem ko nga pag in my experience in researching and teaching research, ang nagiging problem ng researcher na bago or student na nag-aaral ng research is hindi niya alam kung kailan siya mag-separate ng paragraph. Yan, mas masaklap yun. Minsan nga may paragraph na may isang buong page tapos ang tutok nasa dulo lang. Yung malupit yun, hindi ko makakalimutan yun. So, kung kayo pa lang, hindi na kayo marunong mag-separate ng ideas, paano pa yung magbabasa? Kung kayo, naguguluhan kayo sa ginagawa nyo, what more sa magbabasa ng gawa ninyo? So, you need to calibrate yourself first. So, one way to connect the gap is to overlap or to repeat something from the previous statement. So, example, video games can be categorized into types as any other media format. This categorization depends on the characteristics. So, ano yung sinasabi ditong repeat? So, sinabi dito na yung video game can be categorized. So, nakategorize yung video games. Tapos, sa next sentence, this categorization, pero kaysa sabihin niyang this depends on many characteristics. Pwede naman ganon. Pero this will create vague idea. Baka matukoy video games at hindi yung category or iba pang baka media format. So, para mas malinaw, tinukoy niya this categorization para ulitin na yung idea ng first sentence ay yung video game na categorize. Excuse me. Another way to connect ideas or sentences is to the next part is to use the connectors either coordinating conjunction like for, and, nor, but, yet, or so, or subordinating conjunction however, when, which, moreover, therefore, because, as a result, consequently, so, and that, and so that. So, sige, magbibigay na ako ng example kasi baka malampasan na natin. I will be sharing you an example from my previous students last year sa practical research. So, ito po ay gawa ni Joshua Barrientos and friends. And the title is The Relationship of the Short-Term Memorization Capacity of Selected Grade 11 Students to Their Periodic Test Results Among 5 Different Core Subjects in Fustel Peña National High School for School Year 2019-2020. Actually, this study is the outstanding research for the practical research class for the whole grade 12. So, ito yung pinakamagandang research na nagkaroon ng batch nila. So, yan po yung mga researcher. So, basahin natin yung kanilang background of the study. So, background of the study. Kung mapansin nyo, for more than a century, nag-start siya dun sa nakaraan. So, pwede yun. Mula sa nakaraan, Actually, this is highly conceptual kung nagsimula siya sa concept. Ano ba yung memory? So, paano niya dinugtungan? As aforementioned, memory, sabihin, gaya ng nabanggit. So, ibig sabihin, nabanggit niya na yun sa taas. So, yung si leader, kung nabasa niya as aforementioned pero hindi niya nabasa, kailangan niyang balikan yung sinabi doon para maintindihan niya yung susunod. I hope you get you get my explanation. No? So, yung aforementioned, meaning nandito sa taas, yung tinutukoy niya dito sa sumunod na paragraph. So, yan yung kanilang example. So, definition ng nagbigay siya ng types of memory. Yan. At ito, nasa Pilipinas, then JTP. Pero pagdating sa sa example ng background of the study, although this was the outstanding research of their time, for their time, ito yung pinakagusto kong background of the study. Nagawa ng trustworthy. Yung kanina honest. Yung ito gawa ng trustworthy. So the title is the relationship between reading comprehension skills and problem solving skills of selected grade 10 students in Jesus de la Peña National High School School Year 2019-2020. So yan po yung researchers. So let's proceed to background of the study. So medyo wordy yung kanilang background of the study. So kung mapansin nyo, education at elementary and secondary is the country's major program for delivery of mass and universal education. So, nag-start siya sa definition ng mathematical ay ng problem solving skills at ng reading comprehension. Yan, nagbigay siya ng definition dyan. Yan sa mga yan. Then, mula dun sa global scale or sa broad concept, bumaba siya sa national concept na sa Pilipinas, sinusukat yung reading comprehension and the problem solving skill through national achievement tests. So yan, bumaba siya dyan. Then, bumaba siya sa grade level. The first is concerning the national performance. National performance on grade on year 6, 10, and 12. Then, nag-focus siya sa grade 10. Focus siya sa grade 10. Yan. Then, bumaba siya sa school level. So, from, I think this was, I don't know if this is regional or this still national. Kalimutan ko na. Pero, yun, bumaba siya doon sa mas maliit na part. Then, bumaba siya sa Jesus de la Peña National High School level. So, yung binanggit niya yung mean percentage score ng Jesus de la Peña sa math and English. Then, sa last part, sinabi niya na yung kanyang intention. The researchers want to study the correlation. Ito na yung intention. So, I hope through this example na kahit paano naiintindihan natin paano ba tumatakbo dapat yung isang background of the study. So, balikan natin yung discussion natin kanina. So, sa kanila, hindi ko masabing evident sa lahat ng pagkakataon yung paggamit ng conjunction. Pero as you can see, meron naman. Kasi maganda yung paggamit ng conjunction to create a concept. Halimbawa, magtitimbang ka or you're comparing two data with inverse proportional relationship. Pabaliktad. In contrast, however, gumamit sila ng Ayan, since, and, for, etc. etc. So, meron kasi pag inisa-isa pa natin. Pero, um, mahalaga po yan. Bagaman hindi natin inisa-isa, mahalaga yung paggamit nung conjunctions to create the concept na gusto nyong buuin. Next is paraphrasing. In writing a paragraph in background of the study, researchers should avoid writing one-sentence paragraph or a paragraph that seems to be long and do not know when to start and insert new paragraph. So yun nga, sabi ko nga nakaraan, sabi ko kanina, one of the problem was the student um, don't know how to chop the idea into paragraph. Hindi niya alam. Basta sulat lang siya ng sulat. And the worst case is the student don't know how to punctuate. Hindi niya alam kung saan siya maglalagay ng punctuation. Kung may kama ba, may period ba, may question mark ba, etc. So, meron talaga ako nabasa na buong page, isa lang yung tuldok. Sabi ko nga sa kanya, basahin mo. Sabi ko, binasa niya ng tama ng parang may punctuation. Ako, binasa ko ng may pagsunod dun sa punctuation. So, hindi ako malalim. Then, binasa ko sa kanya ng tuloy-tuloy. So, hindi niya alam na ganun pala yung meaning ng paggawa niya. So, yun nga, sabi dito, hindi pwede yung one-liner talaga. Although sinabi ko kanina, the last part is somehow one-liner. Pero, sabi ko nga, maglagay kayo ng palabok or you paraphrase the idea. So, mamaya, discuss natin yung paraphrase. So, another point to consider are the topics being discussed in every paragraph. See to it that when a paragraph discusses a common topic and you want to discuss or insert other ideas which are not related to the previous paragraph, you have to discuss it in the next paragraph. So, ako nga sa nung turo ako ng research, nung tinuro ko tong background of the study, minsan nahihirapan silang intindihin yung circle lang kami mag-separate ng paragraph. Although most of the time I answer, if the discussion is different from the first, you need to separate it. Pero para madali, sabi ko, ito global, ito ganyan, ito national, ito local, ito school. Nilagyan ko na ng ganun para lang mag-gets nila. Pero dito, as my best example for background of the study, bawat paragraph contribute to the deduction of or narrowing the idea. So, pansin nyo kung bawat paragraph, lumiliit na yung idea niya hanggang sa bumaba dun sa mismong point ng study. So, halimbawa, ito, this is just a statement na mahalaga yung education. Excuse me. So, yan, from broad, highly conceptual, from its definition, then the national, ayan, lumiit siya, national level, then concerning only to one subject or two subjects in one grade level, yan. Then another paragraph concerning kumbaga ito presentation of data. Then the next part was this analogy or analyzation of the previous paragraph para hindi masyado mahaba. Then the next paragraph concerns about JDP, and the last paragraph concerns about the intent of the study. So yun, binukod-bukod niya na yung i-discuss na. Pwede naman na bawa, excuse me, you literally assign a topic in every paragraph. Sa paragraph na to, ito di-discuss ko. Paragraph na to, ito di-discuss ko. Para mas guided ka on what content should be present in each paragraph. Para naiwasan din yung pag-uulit. Next part, Contents of components of background of or introduction of the research. First component, establish the problem or issue that you want to discuss in your research through the following process. A. Highlight the importance of the problem or issue and or make a general statement about the problem or issue and or present present an overview or current research on the problem issue. I think I already showed you the examples of this part na dapat makita sa component, first component. So you can see also that in paragraph 8 of the example here in the module. Next, component 2, provide an overview of existing thinking about and or research into your research problem. So yun na, maglagay ka ng present thinking or mga former thinking para mapakita mo yung evolution of the idea, yung paano siya nagbago. Next is the identify the gap problems or unresolved issues in the existing knowledge that your research can fill or identify a research focus that will be useful for to the study being conducted. Kung kaya, maganda to. Kung component din, napakaganda nito kung magagawa ninyo. You need to read the related studies for you to find out if there's a gap. Ibig sabihin, meron bang sa dami-dami na nabasa ninyo, meron bang isang tanong, isang parte na hindi nasasagot? O isang pa ring problema na pinoproblema nyo din sa research na ito na sa tingin nyo hindi pa siya nasasagot ng mga naunang study. That will be the gap. So, if you already identify the gap, then your study must be, the output of your study must be the filler of that gap. Dapat mapunuan nung study ninyo yung gap na yon. Kung ganun na magiging laman ng background of the study, that the intention of the study is to fill in the gap. So kung ano man yung gap na yon, dapat ma-identify nyo din. Through comparison of the studies to analysis of the studies na merong kayo na nabasa ninyo. So hindi nyo magagawa yon without reading the former studies or the present studies na meron tayo sa kasalukuyan. So maganda yon. Actually kung ako, reader, nabasa ko yon, ay may engganyo ako basahin yung research mo kasi baring tanong mo, tanong ko din. So, ikaw pala ang makakasagot dun sa mga tanong na yon. Napakaganda ng kung kaya ninyo. Component 4, state your research question, hypothesis, and your knowledge claim. Make sure to place your research within the gap in existing knowledge through the following process. A. State the intent of your study, including the research question and your hypothesis. That will be applied only in journal type format. Kasi sa journal type format, para yung essay na mahaba. Consisting of 10,000 to 40,000 words. So essay lang, ano lang yun journal lang yun. Outline the key characteristics of your study. Describe the important results that found or hope to find. Pero ako, as a research teacher, I discourage you to put some of it. Okay na sa akin yung ilagay ninyo yung goal or yung intention ninyo. Why do you want to study this topic? Pero huwag nyo nang ilagay yung research question, huwag nyo nang i-outline yung mga characteristics, then huwag nyo nang ilagay yung important results kasi there will be proper places. Since we're following traditional format, may mga proper places para sa mga yan. Kasi kung nilagay mo na doon, so ulitin mo na naman, pangit siya tignan. So, yun. I hope you understand our discussion. Kasi bago ko tapusin pala, as you can see, ganito ko lang siya pinatapos sa kanila. Hence, this research is a qualitative type of research where the researchers will identify the relationship between the reading comprehension problem-solving skills of the students. In relation to the results, the researcher want to study the correlation. Actually, naulit to. For the researchers know if there are relationship. Pag-ulit-ulit naman to. Tingnan natin yung isa. Um, in relation to the previous the statements feebly mentioned, various high schools in the Philippines, such as Jesus de la Peña National High School, is located in Marikina City, prepares their students for such situations and infuses them with the adequate skill and knowledge. In this study, the relationship of short-term memorization capacity of the specific students to their performance in exam will be tested, in which the results can be of benefit to those who are aiming to improve their academic performances, specifically in tests and quizzes. So, maganda tong intention nung researcher na nilagay niya dito sa background of the study. Kasi inilagay niya ano yung purpose nung study, bakit kailangan siyang gawin. Nilagay niya na the purpose is to understand yung relationship ng dalawa for you to be able to improve yourself in your academic performance. So maganda siya kasi um, may engganyo kang basahin lalo na kung parehas kayo ng pinoproblema. So yun yung dapat maging present sa inyong research. So please, you can start answering this module. So I hope nakatulong yung aking explanation for you um, to finish this bulk of tasks here in chapter 6, sorry, in module 6, and also, yan, medyo madami. Medyo madami yan. I think I explained some of it a while ago. Also, I will be posting a quiz in our platform so about this module 6. So standby na lang po tayo. And if you have questions, you can reach me in our Google Classroom. You can just post your questions there, or you can message me in the platform. I'm trying my best to reply you as soon as I can. So I discourage you to send me a personal message in Messenger kasi baka hindi ko lang mabasa, baka matabunan, or ayoko talaga ng chat sa Messenger. So please use those platforms, yung ating e-learning or ating Google Classroom kung may mga tanong kayo. So I will reach you as soon as I can. Yun lamang po, and have a nice day. Thank you.